Now, let's start experimenting with these three instances by putting them into a Swarm network. Swarm is not initialized by default. We need to initialize it by doing docker swarm init, and it's gonna give a token with a command which, when pasted in the terminal of other instances, makes those instances as worker nodes. To keep it simple, let's make these two nodes as manager nodes by doing docker swarm join token manager and pasting it in other instances. In a cluster of n manager nodes, Swarm can tolerate up to n-1/2 losses, which means in a Swarm network, if there are 3 manager nodes, if not more than one node goes offline or broken, then Swarm can easily recover from its failure state. If we do docker node ls, we can view the list of all the instances within the Swarm network. In our previous video, we created simple Node REST APIs, containerized it and published in Docker Hub in the name IP app. Now let's create a service from that image inside our Swarm network. Now if we do docker service ps, which stands for process status, and the name of the service IP app, it tells us that there is only one container which has been created by this service and it is running in instance 1. This is the external IP address of instance 1, and let's try hitting the client IP API in port number 3000 of instance 1's IP address. We get a response from the containerized node server from instance 1. It just seems like a very straightforward request and response scenario, but there are actually a lot of things happening in the background. Every node by default has a stateless load balancer on its external IP address, and all the nodes in the Swarm participate in an ingress routing mesh. The ingress network is an overlay type of network that spans across all the nodes put together in a Swarm network by default. Any incoming request hits the load balancer and not directly the container inside the instance. The combined effort of the load balancer and the ingress network creates a routing mesh. To clarify all these statements in a better way, let's do docker container ls in all these instances. And now it is very clear that there is only one container which is created by the service IP app running in instance 1. Let's try hitting the client IP API in port number 3000 with the IP addresses of instance 2 and 3. Even though there is no container which is running in instance 2 and 3, we have actually got a response which is routed from instance 1. From this example, it is very obvious that all the nodes accepts the incoming request and routes it to the corresponding node with the active container. One simple thing we can do to bypass this routing mesh is to start the service in host mode. Let's try that and check if we get response only from the node that has an active container. With Swarm, we can also easily scale up and scale down the service by doing docker service update, the name of the service, and the number of replicas. and Docker intelligently spawned 3 containers across all the 3 nodes. Now if I do docker container ls, we can actually see both instances 2 and 3 also has its own container. In our next video, we'll be seeing more on overlay networking driver with the help of a full stack application that has a front end, back end and a database. So kindly subscribe and get notified from this YouTube channel Nano Electron.